And hi everyone, here's a bit of an emergency transmission. I just came across this on the mainstream media news. Headline is Massive Asteroid to Strike Earth and Trigger Mega Tsunami Next Month, according to this scientist. So basically what they're saying, just quickly read it, a massive mystery space rock is on collision course with Earth, according to crackpot theorist. So this is the normal trick by NASA, who we already know means never a straight answer. And anyone that opposes NASA is a crackpot theorist, or a conspiracy theorist, or whatever you want to call it. But let's look at what the news says. NASA confirmed that the mysterious 2016 WF9 is approaching Earth, and we should be able to see it orbit the planet next month. The Sun reports the space rock was detected by NASA in late November. It's in the middle of a 9-year orbit between Jupiter and Earth and will approach us on February 25, flying at a distance of 32 million miles from the planet, they claimed. Now, just on that, in astronomical terms, 32 million miles is just a stone's throw away. That is close. What's also interesting is, between Jupiter and Earth is the the asteroid belt, okay? And as I've pointed out in previous videos that I've done, as Nibiru moves in that direction, it pushes rocks out of the way, just like billiard balls, and they start flying all over the place. And that's how we know that Nibiru is approaching, because suddenly we start getting bombarded by meteorites, and of course they range in size from tennis balls up to Mount Everest. Now I'll just continue on with this. This is saying this self-styled astronomer, Dr. Diamond Dima Zakharovich, has accused the space agency of a cover-up and warned the space rock is a fragment of fabled planet Nibiru, which is headed straight toward us, according to reports. He added that the impact could wipe out a city if it strikes land, or cause a devastating tsunami if it lands in the sea. NASA is lying through its teeth. It is not conceivable that they do not know the truth. We have seen the data, he said. The object they call WF9 left the Nibiru system in October, when Nibiru began spinning counterclockwise around the Sun. Since then, NASA has known it will hit Earth, but they are only telling people now. And we come down with a bit of an artist's impression there of a picture. Nibiru is a fictional planet predicted to bring about the end of the world, according to doomsday theorists. It's believed it will rain asteroids on the planet, causing mass devastation. They must have looked at my videos. Anyway. NASA experts believe that 2016 WF9 asteroid is between 0.3 and 0.6 miles across. So that's about half a kilometre to a kilometre across. If correct, it would be likely to burn up on entry to Earth. No. But this doctor claims it's much larger and will blast through the Earth's atmosphere with ease. The bizarre claim came as an international bid to save humanity from doomsday asteroids has run out of cash. Missions hailed as a dry run for the apocalypse was due to work out how to steer space rocks away from Earth. Okay, so this is just on news.com.au. Where else is it? Well, it's on the Sun. Brace yourself for massive asteroid to strike the Earth and trigger mega tsunami next month. So again, it's the same story, a little bit more information. They're basically saying that around the end of February is when they think, 27th of February I think it said. And as I said, this thing is possibly up to a kilometre wide, right, which, here's another one. This is a mirror, another English news site. So it's certainly out there. Yeah, 27th November. Oh, there you go, 0.5 to 1 kilometre across, so 0.6 of a mile. I've got a suspicion it's probably a little bit bigger than that, probably closer to 2 miles, or 2.5 kilometres across. It is not a extinction level event size. That size meteorite is not like a dinosaur, the one that killed the dinosaurs. That was much bigger. This one, as I said, if it hit a city, it would be equivalent to a nuclear bomb going off in a city. So it would completely devastate a city. If it does hit in the Pacific Ocean, it will create a more or less global tsunami, at least in the Pacific area. If it hit in the Atlantic, again, it would be America and Europe that sort of got hit by that tsunami. At any rate, it's big enough to cause significant damage, and the timing fits in directly with my previous videos I've done on this topic, where I said we need to start looking for these things between January and March. So anyway, when I saw this come up in the news, I thought, well, that's interesting, and typical NASA is completely writing it off as hysteria, and it's never going to happen, whatever. But I just thought it was interesting. Just yesterday I saw reports coming out that even more elites, globalists, are heading to New Zealand to these bunkers. And I was thinking that's a bit odd, because Trump has just won, and we've averted World War III more or less, but now it all makes sense. They still know that this is coming, so that's why they've headed there, because there's been another record amount of them going just in the last month. They're claiming it's because they're worried that the Trump presidency will create a civil war in America, which is not going to happen. If you want to fix the problems in America with Trump, you just got to get rid of George Soros. It's as simple as that. And I'm not talking about killing him. I'm talking about having him arrested or hounded out of the United States. Hungary, his own country, is doing exactly that. They are closing down every single George Soros NGO in that country. Okay, so they're starting to catch up with that guy. Anyway, that's all for now, so keep your eyes out. This is not intended to scare people. Don't get fearful. This is just letting you know what's going on so you don't get caught unawares. Now's a good time to store water, food, camping equipment, anything you think would be helpful in the event that maybe a big meteor was to hit where you live. And look, at the moment, NASA don't even know where this thing's going to hit. It's very difficult to predict that until it's closer, and in fact you don't even know where these things are going to hit until they're literally in the atmosphere, like where you're watching it, where you can see it with the naked eye, because the Earth's rotating, and it's not just rotating, it's moving in space at the same time it's rotating. These things are traveling at 50,000 kilometers, or 30,000 miles per hour. It's difficult to predict where and when they're going to hit. So all we can do is brace for it. It's not an extinction level event, but as I said earlier, these things are going to come in anywhere from tennis ball up to Mount Everest. It is not our destiny to be hit by a giant extinction level event asteroid. That's not going to happen again. We won't see that again. We'll see more volcanoes and more earthquakes, which, if you've been paying attention, they've been going off exponentially. But this is not designed to take the Earth out. It's not designed to create a pole shift or anything like that. It's just going to devastate whatever small area of the planet it hits. Okay? Alright, well, that's it for now. See you later.